In this video, we will learn how to implement the REST APIs put and delete within a React app. So in our previous lesson, we had talked about get and post and we had implemented this person's app. So if you haven't seen that video, I would first suggest that you go ahead and have a look at it. Now in this app, we would now implement the put and the delete. Also, while implementing the get and the post in the person app, we had used component did mount and component did update, which we had learned in greater detail in the previous video on component lifecycle. So let us revisit that app and see how component did mount and component did update were used here and which issues did they help resolve. So if we go back to our VS Code and to our persons.jsx, so we had used component did mount to fetch data. So we made a function fetch data to fetch the data. So whenever this component was mounted, we would have to fetch data. So if we go to the browser, so whenever we click on all persons, we will need to fetch that data. So that's the fetch data. Next, when would we get a component did update? If we go back to the app, so when would we get a component did update? Suppose we checked on any one of them. So the same component persons is being used, but the props are changing and hence we are handling them. And how did we handle that? We put in this condition, this dot props is not equal to previous props. So if the props were changing, we were going ahead and refetching the data. And in the fetch data, what did we do? In the fetch data, once we got the data from the server, we would do a set state and a set state would do a render. So this is the approach we had used, which we have learned in greater detail in our component lifecycle. So if you're not very clear still about the component lifecycle, you should go ahead and watch that video once more with this understanding and it will become very clear. Now, what do we want to do in this lesson? In this lesson, we now want to implement the delete and the put functionality. So, in the person app, while showing the details of a specified person, add the functionality to delete the person. And the REST API we would use is delete / person app / persons / :id. Note, delete is used to delete the specified resource. So the resource we have specified with the ID, we delete that using the delete API. If we go back to our Postman, our standard practice is go to Postman and run those. So let's say let me run first a get on all the users. So we have gotten users say, and we want to delete say ID1. So how can we do that? I'll go to delete and provide the ID. So now this ID has been deleted. So now if I go and get all my users again, notice the number of items has become 51 and now it's starting with 2. So if we go back to our now VS Code, let us see how do we implement it. So in our person.jsx, let's put in a link to delete the person. So first thing I'll do is import link from React router DOM. So we will create a link. So let's create a link to delete. So link to is equal to, and what should it be? /persons. We have the ID here and we want to call the delete. So this is our path. And what do we want to show? Delete. And this link will be shown. Let's go to our main component. In our main component, we will need to provide a part to it. So let's say /persons/id/delete. And where does it go to? Let's define, say, a component delete person. Let's define it. So what do we say here? We'll need the standard imports and the service. So let's copy that. We need the component and the service. Class delete person extends component, the standard code. Now in our component did mount, so when the component is mounting, what will we do? We need to call the REST API. So the first thing we will need is we will need the ID. Const ID is equal to this dot props dot match dot params. Once we have gotten the ID, we will just call our API. Let response is equal to await. And before that, remember in our HTTP service, we will need to define a delete. So function delete URL, it takes a URL, it does not take an object, and it will just do a return axios dot delete base API URL plus URL. And this delete, so delete, let's call it something. So at times this delete gives us an error here because it's a reserved keyword. So we can call it delete API. And let's export delete API. Let's go back to our delete person. So what do we want to call here? Await http dot delete API, and which is the path we want to call? Persons slash, and we will need to provide the ID. So once we have provided it, and once we get the response, so this dot props dot history dot push. And what do we push back? We will go back to the /persons. So let's push /persons. What do we want to render here? We'll need to define our render. We just don't want to do anything. So let us just return a empty string. So this is how we will implement our delete. And now that we have defined it, let's just do our export default delete person. Once we have done all of this, let's go back to our main component. What do we need to do in our main component? Let's just import delete person from delete person. Let's go ahead and test it now. So here it's showing all the persons 1 to 5 of 51. Why is it showing 51, not 52? Because in Postman we had deleted the first user. If we restart the server, it will start showing us all of it. So now when I click on to, it shows me Bob Kelly. But when I am clicking on delete, nothing seems to be happening. So what could be the issue here? The issue is that when we get this kind of a URL, persons/to/delete, it will match this. So this should be put before it so that it matches delete persons. So now that we have corrected it, let's go back and test it again. So it gives me a delete, and once we have deleted it, it's not showing 1 to 50. If we did go to 3, and we have successfully deleted 3 also. So this is what we were looking to do. Next, what do we want to do? In the person app, add the functionality to edit the person. use add person. So we had created this component add person and we want to reuse that component. Use the REST API put /person app /persons /ID. And because it's a update we are doing to edit, we will send all the details as a JSON. So we have given a sample JSON. Note, put is used to update the specified resource, the resource that we have specified with ID. So first thing, let's go to Postman and test it out. So let's get all the users. We are now having 49 because we deleted all of them. Let's now create a put request. What will be our path? And who do we want to edit? Let's say we want to edit the details of Mary Stevens ID 6. So we will call it with 6. In the body, raw form as JSON. We don't need the ID. Name, age, city, and company. Let's say Mary has changed her job and she is now working with Google. So that's the put we want to do. Let's send it. And we get an error. Why? Because we put in a comma. Let's send it again. And this time this is successfully come back and we get a 200 OK. Let's go back to our get request and run it. So Mary Stevens 30 London Google. So we get what we were looking for. Next, what do we want to do here? Let's implement the same. So if we test it now here, if I go, we can see that Mary Stevens has changed. So now when we click on it with an delete, we also wanted edit and we will use the form that we had created, the component we had created with add person. So let's go to our person.jsx and what should we do? We will put a link to edit. So let's put that, this will be edit and the 2 will be this. Let's go to our main component and in our main component we need the edit. So where should we put it? We should put it before this ID because it will match it. So let me just copy the delete one. This becomes edit. And which component do we want to use? We want to use add person. So that's the component we want to use. Let's go to add person. Now in add person, what are the changes that we will need to do because of this? First, we will need to define a component did mount. So let me put in a async component did mount. Now, why do we need a component did mount? Because when we are editing it, we'll first need to fetch the details from the server. So let me say this dot get person data, or let's call it say this dot fetch data. We need to fetch our data. Now, what data do we want to fetch? What is the data? So first let's get our ID is equal to this dot props dot match dot params. Once we have gotten our ID, there can be now two cases. Either we have called add person in this format or we have called here. If we have called it from here, we will not get an ID. If we have called it from here, we will get an ID. So if ID does not exist, then what should we get? We can do a check if ID. So if ID is truthy, that means we want to edit it. We are in the edit option and we need to get the data. Let response is equal to await http dot get slash persons slash, we will get the details of this person. Once we get let's figure out the data. How do we do this here? We get the data from the response. So let's do the same thing. And then what do we want to do? What we did in person? We have the person set to the data. So we can just do this dot set state person gets the value data. Now there is one more thing we want to do here. If we got the ID, we are editing the user. So let's create another thing here. Edit is true. And here let's just put it as a default, edit is false. So because we could have two conditions now, either we are editing or we are creating a new user. So if ID and we are following the ID, then this is the case. Else what do we need to do? Else we just need to create a empty person. So let me just copy this. Let person equal to, so we have created an empty person. We are in the add mode. And what do we need to do? This dot set state person is person and edit is false. So our edit option is false. These are the two things we need to do in our fetch data. So we have handled that. Once we have gotten our fetch data, then once the submit happens, there could be two conditions on the submit. So once the submit happens, either we have created a submit on the edit mode or on the add mode. In the add mode, we will use the post data. In the edit mode, we need a put. So let's first create a put. And a put is very identical. So we just give it the URL and let's put it here. Let's go back to our add person. So let's just create a async post data put data also first. So let's just create it. It will call a put with these details and then it will do exactly the same thing. The only difference is in this case we are calling the put. Now here what do we want to do? Let's destructure our person and edit from this dot state. Now if edit is truthy, or we can just say if edit is true, then what do we need to call? This dot put data. And what is the URL there? In that case it is slash persons slash dollar person dot id. That's the person we are sending it to. Otherwise, and what's the object? The object is this is person. Else what do we need to do? We're just doing, and because we had destructured it, we can put it here. So if edit is truthy, we are calling put data, otherwise we are calling post data. So this should work fine for us. Let's go ahead and test it. So we have all persons. Let's go to Mary Stevens. Let's click on edit. Now in edit, let's go back and we will test it again. So now if I click on Mary Stevens, we have gotten the details. If I click on edit, we get the details again. And now if I say change it to Microsoft and submit it, we can see that the details of Mary Stevens have been updated and this has become Microsoft. Let's choose for Dave Burton, edit. Let's change the age to say 35, city to say New Delhi, and company to Apple. So we can see the details of Dave Burton have been suitably edited. Now let's look at another situation. We were in edit, and now if I click on add person, so I could have clicked on add person, a user can do that. When I clicked on add person, this should get reset, but it did not happen. Now what was the problem? The problem is that the component is add person. So we are testing this in our component did mount, but here we will not get a mount, we will get an update. So let's go back and handle it. So we did a component did mount. Similarly, we should say an async component did update previous props comma previous state. If previous props this dot props. So if the props have changed, so somebody clicked on it and that's why we got an update, then what should we do? We should call this dot fetch data. We should fetch the data again. Now fetch data would handle these two situations. It will update the state. It should do it. Let's go ahead and test it again. So let me click on Mary Stevens. Let me edit. Let's first change it. Let me change it to Tesla. So this part is working fine. Let's go back, edit. Now if I click on add person, we can see this data has been reset. So the data has completely gotten reset in this case, which is what we were looking for. So this is how we handle it, and this is how the component life cycle has helped us. So like we did in persons, so this is exactly similar to what we did in persons, which we have done here to handle this issue.